Have you ever imagined taking a vacation where you step off the busy highway of everyday life? No loud crowds, no hustle for the next selfie stop, and instead board a quiet train, a small ship, or arrive at a peaceful retreat where the only sound is birdsong and the swish of your own coffee cup? Today, let's talk about quiet vacations for seniors, those of us aged 60 plus who actually prefer calm to chaos. Think gentle trains through scenic country, an intimate cruise with 100 guests instead of 1,000, or a tucked-away retreat where you wake up without a morning alarm. It's absolutely okay to want something more peaceful now. After years of rushing, kids, careers, appointments, this is your time. You don't have to plan a big trip full of crowds and frantic sightseeing. Quiet summer mornings and gently paced days can feel just as adventurous. In fact, many seniors choose travel that gives them rest and silence as much as new sights. So I'll walk you through what exactly quiet vacation means, why it's especially good for seniors, how to pick one, and a few practical tips to make it happen. And yes, I'll sprinkle in some friendly humor. Imagine me leaning over the fence with your cup of tea, chatting. When I say quiet, I don't mean totally silent or boring. I mean fewer crowds, slower pace, smaller groups, and more control over how you use your time. For seniors who dislike large crowds, that might mean a scenic rail journey instead of a crowded resort, or an intimate cruise where you don't feel like a number, maybe a nature-based retreat where the calendar is optional. The goal is less rushing from one photo op to the next, and more waking up and taking your time with breakfast on the porch. It's travel on your terms. Quiet vacations mean quiet crowds, not quiet scenery. You may still go somewhere wonderful. You'll just avoid the packed hotel lobby or dozens of tour buses. As we get older, our preferences often shift. Where once we might have delighted in being in the center of things, now we may appreciate fewer disruptions, shorter walks, and calmer surroundings. Managing physical stamina, sleep rhythm, and accessibility matters more now than it did 30 years ago. A quieter trip often means you can do less hurry up and more enjoy this. Plus, side note, there's a nice health benefit. A slower travel pace helps reduce stress, improves enjoyment of each moment, and lets you come home refreshed rather than frazzled. I once returned from a big, rushed holiday tired for days and swore next time I'd go slow. Now I know better. Seniors also often have more flexibility with time. Maybe you don't have to cram everything into 5 days. A quieter setting gives that freedom. So if you find crowded airports, loud resort buffets, or elbow-to-elbow sightseeing tiring rather than thrilling, it's absolutely fine to choose something gentler. Let's talk about some great quiet options. Think scenic train journeys, small group cruises, and peaceful retreats tucked away from the noise. First, the scenic train. You board a comfortable train, settle into your seat or private cabin, and watch the landscape slide by, mountain peaks, rivers, forests, while the conductor announces upcoming views. Trains move at a steady pace. You unpack once. You're not herded around like on a big bus tour. You'll avoid the chaos of airports and lines. Imagine you, your partner, or a friend sitting with mugs of cocoa as the railroad tracks gently wind through fall-colored scenery. I once took a train from Seattle to Vancouver Island and loved the quiet rhythm of the rails. If you're thinking of this kind of trip, choose a daytime route so you're awake for the scenery. Pick a train with lower steps and accessible restrooms if mobility is a concern. Pack a small carry-on with essentials, medications, reading glasses, water, and snacks so you aren't hunting through bags mid-journey. Sit by a window and bring a lightweight sweater because trains can be cool. Check that the platform and train step height are manageable. For longer trips, look for comfortable transfer times, not tight connections. Avoid rush hour routes or holiday weeks when many people travel. The quiet part may vanish. My friend Marge, at 68, booked a New England fall leaf train ride in mid-October and said the only other sounds she heard were birds in the pages of her book. Now let's talk about small group cruises. Instead of a massive ship with thousands of passengers, you pick a smaller vessel with maybe 100 or 2 guests. The pace is calmer, the service more personal, and the stops are often quieter. You still get the benefit of unpacking once and enjoying your meals without planning every detail. You can breathe sea air, enjoy gentle motion, and avoid feeling overwhelmed. If you're interested, choose a cruise line known for small ships or intimate itineraries. Ask for a cabin near an elevator if you'd like to walk less, and maybe get one with a window or balcony for fresh air. Attend the safety briefing calmly, note where medical services are, and carry your medications in your day bag. Check the shore excursion schedule. Some stops may require long walks or uneven terrain. Ask for accessible options. Avoid itineraries that rush you off the ship at sunrise if you prefer to ease into your day. My neighbor John, at 72, went on a small Baltic cruise and said his favorite moment was sipping cappuccino on deck as the ship glided past quiet Scandinavian islands. No crowds, just seagulls and sea. If you're bringing prescription meds, check customs rules for international travel and ask a travel agent if you're unsure. Now let's picture something on land again. Peaceful retreats. These are quiet lodges, nature resorts, or coastal stays where you choose your pace. No crowded buses, no forced itineraries. You might walk in the morning, nap in the afternoon, and read by a fire at night. It's travel in slow motion, in the best possible way. Choose a retreat with on-site amenities, like meals or a comfortable lounge, so you don't have to wander far. Visit in the shoulder season, just before or after peak tourism, for lower prices and fewer people. Bring one simple hobby you enjoy, like painting or bird watching, and also plan a full do-nothing day. Check that the lodge has easy accessibility, especially if stairs or bathrooms might be tricky. And if the retreat offers a packed schedule, skip anything that feels too busy. I once stayed at a coastal retreat with just 30 rooms, and each morning I walked to the edge of a dune, sipping coffee and watching pelicans. It was that simple and that peaceful. Now let's talk about how to plan your own quiet vacation in a few easy steps. This week, take a few minutes to define what quiet means to you. Maybe it's fewer than 100 people around or no long lines. Maybe it's being able to nap without feeling guilty. Write that down. Once you know what quiet means to you, everything becomes easier to plan. Within the next month, pick one idea, a train, a cruise, or a retreat, and start looking. Search for off-season deals and check capacity numbers so you don't end up in a big crowd. When you're ready to go, prepare a small comfort kit, your medications, glasses, comfy shoes, a sweater, and a good book. You're trying to remove stress, not add it. Keep things simple and comfortable. Now, let's look at some common mistakes people make when planning a quiet trip. First, booking something labeled small that's actually large. Always check capacity numbers before you book. Second, going in the busiest season. Even a quiet lodge can feel crowded in midsummer. Travel in shoulder months if you can. Third, assuming quiet means easy. Even slow travel can involve steps or long walks. Ask about accessibility. Fourth, overscheduling. Leave at least one day with nothing planned. That's what makes it truly restful. And finally, forgetting about insurance or health access. Even peaceful travel has logistics. Always check with your doctor or insurance provider before you go. Let's add a few quick wins you can do today. Open your calendar and pencil in 3 days in the next 6 months when you could travel quietly. You don't have to book yet, just mark them. Spend 15 minutes tonight reading about one scenic train or retreat. Then, write a little note for yourself. I will choose a trip where I wake up slowly, have at least one lazy day, and avoid crowds. Put it where you'll see it. It'll remind you that travel can be peaceful and personal. If you're a senior who's done enough rushing in crowds, you deserve a vacation that fits your pace. Choose quiet intentionally, whether that's a scenic train, a small cruise, or a cozy retreat. This week, define what quiet means to you. In the next month, pick a destination, include a rest day, and make sure you're comfortable every step of the way. Travel should bring joy, not exhaustion. So imagine waking up without a timetable, coffee in hand, distance between you and the next big group. That's your next trip. Start planning it now. Thank you for spending this time with me. I hope this has warmed your travel dreams and shown that quiet doesn't mean less adventurous. It just means peace done your way.